Christopher, thanks very much for joining us here live at MIPIM.
Pleasure.
It would be good to get, I guess, an update on the strategy, particularly for the company.
Different times now to the years beforehand. So obviously the companies have to find new strategies and different strategies. And we at Garbe obviously have pivoted. We have had obviously, or we're quite dependent on German institutional capital. That obviously at the moment is a bit shy, best to say it that way. And so we obviously have changed to more international investors. We invest more with private equity, and therefore it's actually that works quite well. I mean, there's still a lot of equity available for projects which have higher returns, so value add, development, and so on. And that works for us at the moment quite well and keeps us particularly busy on the development side. Core capital is at the moment not so openly available, and therefore it's more difficult to obviously source core deals and get investment into that.
And in terms of, you mentioned a little bit there, some of the adjustments, diversification. Just tell me a little bit about that, because there's obviously interesting areas now like infrastructure, data centers that are coming into that strategy.
Yes, I mean the infrastructure part obviously becomes more and more popular. Investors which have been investing in real estate are now looking into renewable infrastructure plays. It's also a given from the governmental side to push investment into that sector, and our investors, which used to invest in real estate, are now, as I said, looking more into that side. So as we do infrastructure investment for a while now, so we have started I think 5 years ago now to put photovoltaic panels on our roofs. And so we have quite a large portfolio now on solar panel parks on rooftops, and are able to develop those sites ourselves as well. And that's obviously an interesting infrastructure play where quite a lot of our German investors are interested in investing in those things as well. In addition, we have also the data center side, which some investors might argue it's an infrastructure play rather than a real estate play. And we have developed in Hanau by Frankfurt one of the most energy efficient hyperscale data centers for Google in the past years. So that's a sector which we find highly interesting and see enormous growth potential. And as I said, we have the track record and the expertise to execute those deals. And obviously that's what we're going to do with our European or pan-European platform, where we are in 17 offices in 11 countries now. And that's something which obviously really looking into as well.
And it would be interesting just to drill down a little bit into the sustainability, ESG side of that. Obviously, that's something that's been growing in terms of the logistics space, but a big focus around energy consumption for data centers particularly, but also interesting to hear more about, I guess, how the infrastructure side and the energy side plays into that sustainability part.
Yeah, obviously the biggest challenge for data centers is the energy part, and that you consume a lot of energy, and obviously that's a scarce resource, so we have to see how we combine that. Obviously we look into the transition of our buildings into energy producing assets. The industrial assets, the logistics assets are lending themselves to it. I mean, they have huge potential. As I said, we do photovoltaics, but you could even add wind turbines to it. I mean, you could use the energy, we turn that into hydrogen, and those are potentials as well. Beside our industrial part, we might be building the biggest residential wood tower in Germany at the moment. I mean, we have almost completed it now, and we have turned offices into residentials for many years now. We have built one of the most energy efficient data centers in Europe. In general, we have heat pumps and LED lighting in our logistics assets. We're now building our first wooden logistics center in Straubing, and we are in the forefront of ecological development which are economically viable.
Really interesting to catch up both on the strategy, but also to see how, I guess, you're moving into those infrastructure areas, the crossover with real estate, and also that focus around sustainability. Thanks very much for joining us, Christopher.
Pleasure. Thank you very much.